Hello, I'm Chaya and this is the best rice salad I've ever made. So this is my red rice with roasted mushrooms, very garlicky Cavolo nero and lots of crispy onions. I've got some red rice here and this one has some wild rice mix in, and here's some I've already soaked earlier. Put this in a pan with some salt and cook it for about 25 minutes to half an hour. I'm going to add some cassia bark to this. I didn't have any cinnamon sticks, so that's why I used cassia bark. But usually when we were growing up, cinnamon was just reserved for special occasions or for sweets. And cassia bark and rice is the ultimate nostalgic combination for me. And I've lightly bashed these cardamom pods, and these add a really nice flavor. While this is cooking, I'm going to chop up our mushrooms. I've got a mixture of two mushrooms. I've got portobello mushrooms and I've got oyster. I'm using two kinds of mushrooms, mainly for texture, but also the flavor. I love the flavor of really good oyster mushrooms. So I'm not chopping these oyster mushrooms, but as you can see, they are sort of quite small to medium size. As they roast in the oven, they're going to shrink down even more, so you don't want them too small. Like this big one, I'm just going to pull it apart. I'm just going to tear it like this. And our rice has started to boil. I'm just going to reduce the heat down to medium. So all these mushrooms just go on the tray. My oven has been on its highest setting, so you want to roast always all mushrooms, really, really high heat. You get rid of as much moisture as possible and you get good caramelization. Get some olive oil and some salt and some pepper, a little bit of chili flakes. Give it a good mix. And this will take about 20 minutes in the oven. As the rice is cooking, you'll see there's a little bit of scum that comes to the top. I'm just going to use my spoon to take it off. Our mushrooms are cooking and the rice is on. So now I'm going to make the dressing. I'm going to use 2 preserved lemons. I do love, it's the best discovery I've ever made, this preserved lemon. Make sure that you take out all the hard bits from the inside and the pip. Finely chop the rind and the flesh. And that goes into our bowl. Let me check on the mushrooms. I think they might need turning. The mushrooms have shrunk quite a bit. It's quite a bit of water that has come out. So it needs just another 10 minutes. In. So we've got the flesh of the preserved lemon in there and the skin. I also want some lemon zest. I do love lemons. Gonna add in some lemon juice, and the rice will really love all this lemoniness. It's going to absorb all of it. It's going to be like a sponge. And add some salt and some olive oil. And this is what you want, this really golden lemony dressing. And imagine that all the rice goes in there and there's really nicely roasted mushrooms and the Cavolo nero and all those herbs. So I'm gonna set this aside and go check on the rice. And I'm just gonna check if the rice is nearly done. When it comes to red rice and wild rice, I like it when they start splitting and you can see the white inside. There's still a bit of a bite in there, which is ideal. I'm drain this off. I love this beautiful color. This is going to look so good against all those herbs. So our rice is ready, the mushrooms are still going. I want to put these in some garlic. These are so easy to prep. You just pull them off and then you can tear them by hand, but I'm gonna use my knife. Just roughly chop it. You don't want it too small. I put quite a bit of oil in here. Garlic. So you have to be careful not to burn the garlic. Add in your cavolo, and that stops the cooking. Woo! I think that's the sound of a very happy green leafy vegetable. And this cooks very, very quickly. Actually, you don't need very much doing to this. You need now some salt. This just takes about 2 to 3 minutes in a very hot pan, but make sure you keep moving it around so you don't burn your garlic. So this is what you want. It's very glossy. You don't want to wilt it anymore. Drop down. And to finish this, I'm just going to add a squeeze of lemon juice. cavolo done. I'm gonna wait for the mushrooms to finish now, then we can assemble. I think our mushrooms are ready. They look good. Very, very happy with my mushrooms. And they're making a happy sound. I don't know if you can hear this, but that's the sound of a very, very happily roasted mushroom. I think I'm gonna eat it. So the rice is still warm, but we can eat this as a warm salad. I actually prefer if the rice is warm to put in the dressing. Such a beautiful color. Pop in our Cavolo nero. I'm just gonna mix it through. It's a gentle toss. Keep it to the side, and I'm going to chop some herbs. I think dill and parsley are the perfect partners for this salad. So I'm going to roughly chop this. The aniseedy flavor here works really, really, really nicely. The parsley has a very nice neutralness to it. Just roll it up. And it'll go in here with the mushrooms. So now all we have to do is mixy. I love how this looks. I'm ready to plate up. And my extra crunchy thing is this really lovely golden pile of crispy onions. I made them earlier. If you're not going to be making yours, we're very, very lucky that in most Asian shops you can buy them ready-made. Of course, they're not going to be as beautiful as this. I'm going to layer this up. You can see all the mushrooms. I'm going to be very generous with my onions. I've used shallots here. I'm going to finish with some more crispy onions, because that's how we roll, and some parsley. So here you go, red rice with roasted mushrooms, garlicky cavolo nero, and lots of crispy onions. It's a lot of rice. I think it's time now to invite some people over. Jake and Verena?
Oh wow, look at that.
That's beautiful.
Do you think we have enough crispy onions?
There's never enough crispy onions.
Let's change it to crispy onion salad.
With some rice.
With some
Yeah.
rice.
With a pinch of rice.
Textures in there look so good though.
She wasn't sure if there'd be enough.
I actually really like this.
It's the kind of dish that straddles both like half salad, half side.
Yeah.
Have it hot, you can have it cold. It's delicious. Really tasty.
Really tasty. I love the bitter greens. I love the acidity.
Me too.
And then the earthy mushrooms and the onions.
Crispy
Well done.
onions. Crispy onions make it for me.
It's delicious.
Thank you so much for watching. The recipe is down below. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe.